There might not be a better feeling than when you dedicate to something, put in the time, get everything done right, and have it pay off. For me, this fishing trip has to be one of the best examples of this feeling coming to life. It was a beautiful morning on the second day of a 3-day camping trip down at Kiholo Bay. This is a spot that we've gone to multiple times at this point. I caught my first o'eo here. We got the German guys hooked up on a nice papillo. It's just a spot that if you are down for a, mile-and-a-half hike through the deserty sun, it's actually a pretty sweet spot. We were timing when we got down there, but with the high tide. So as we got down there, we were pretty much reaching the optimum time where the tide was just reaching the maximum height for the day. And then we were going to try to fish that tide as it was going out in the early morning. So we got down there. It was probably about 7:30 in the morning at that point. We made it. All right, let's get out there. Now, last time I told myself this was a better way to cross over here. To get to the actual spot that we wanted to fish at, we had to kind of wade our way out into the depths and get over to this little island kind of spot that we fish off of. That required jumping into the ocean. Luckily we were already pretty hot, so it was kind of refreshing to get in there and cool off a little bit. Almost immediately, Alan started hooking up on oama. They just happened to be biting just ferociously as soon as we started tossing stuff in. Alan was just using a little piece of shrimp and then a little snap lead and started whacking them. Of course, lose a couple of them as they fall deep into the rocks and you gotta dig them out, but luckily that high tide was in and we were able to get that out of the rocks. We caught 5-6 of these oamas and wanted to get them in the water before we caught any more to see if we can actually start getting action by timing that high tide. The original plan was for us all to send out some dunks, so we were all going to have one dunk sent out while we were catching a couple more oama. When we went camping on this one, maybe 4 days before that, I watched a video by Broad and Moon where he was whipping dead oama and it worked out really well. So I wanted to experiment with that same kind of concept and take that oama we just caught and start just sending it out into the channel, see if I could target where the fish might be feeding in the morning. So Jared, Alan, they both sent dunks out and they went to go catch a couple more, and I just started whipping up and down that little peninsula that we were standing on, a little island. After maybe 4 or 5 times, I decided to walk out into the depths of the water. I got pretty much chest height, almost to my armpits, and I found this little channel that was out there, this deep spot, and 2-3 casts into that channel and I was already hooked up. The way I was fishing was I was kind of letting the fish sink down and then I'd pop it up and swim it in a little bit, maybe 5-6 feet, so it looked like a fish that was maybe injured or dying. The oama died almost immediately after me casting it out, so I had this basically dead piece of bait that I had to somehow experiment with. So I just casted it out and I had it doing that kind of imitating maybe an injured fish method. And then I noticed that there was this deeper area that was out there in the depths, and I cast it into that little deep area, and almost immediately I could feel a fish come and just crush it once. It hit it and I stopped moving it, and then maybe 2-3 seconds later it turned around and whacked it again and just started screaming line out. I had 15-pound braid tied onto a 30-pound monofilament, and I spent probably an extra 20 minutes early in the morning setting up all these knots just perfectly. If there was anything I thought might slip or might not be good, I cut it off and I just reset it, because I knew if I was going to catch a fish, I wanted to be 100% confident in those knots. And man, it paid off, because this fish was just very simple to land and so much fun. I kept the drag a little loose because I wasn't worried about it running any sharp reef or anything out there, and I knew that if I could let it do a couple of runs, it'd be tired out, and I could take it in just like this by kind of just pulling it along the surface of the water and bringing it over to Brada Allen, who was on point, ready to go, grabbed it for me, and we landed this beautiful Omilu. It only took maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes from the time we got to this fishing spot to landing this guy. Man, I was just so stoked. Even watching back this video, every time I see it, I just get stoked again. It's not the biggest Omilus in the world by any means, but it's the biggest I've caught in a long time. And the fact that we, spent 3 days, this is the second day, but we spent all this time getting everything ready, preparing everything as well as we could, hiking this epic hike, and then have it pay off, especially that quick. Man, that feeling is just awesome. After we caught that, we decided we wanted some food to eat this day, so I ikeji made this fish, which is basically you stab it in the head and destroy the brain and the brainstem, and that causes the fish to be immediately killed. It becomes one of the most humane ways to kill a fish because it's nearly instant. It also prevents the fish from producing a bunch of stress hormones and using all the ATP in its cells. That's the way that cells run. It's the energy source of cells. So if you can kill the fish before it has time to freak out for, a long time in a bucket or in ice or anything, the fish ends up being way more tasty down the line. So out of those 5 oamas, They had 2 sent out already. I just used 1 on that guy, so we had another 2 left. I grabbed 1, threw it right back on the line, and I was going right back to that exact same spot that I caught that first one. My idea was that it caught so quickly that there was probably more than just 1 fish in that area. So I cast it a couple times, starting to head over to that zone, see if I could target it, and then that was no luck. So I just walked directly back into the same specific spot I was standing, up to my armpits in water, and casted it back into that one little deep spot that I found out there. And sure enough, and again, same thing like last time, 2, 3 casts in that one zone, and then boom, we were on again. I pretty much immediately knew that this fish was a little bit bigger than the last one. The first run I had on this was intense. It was just screaming out line. So I let it do that first run, then I tossed my camera on and tightened my drag a little bit there, you can see. And I knew that I could just horse this one in. I was beyond confident after that first fish that all these knots were 100% ready to go. It was strong enough that even with a drag tight as that first fish, it still took 2, 3 runs. But same methodology here. I let it tire itself out, and then I just walked back into shore with it. My idea was I'm just going to bring it back into the shallow area again so that it kind of just gets tired. And then Brought It Allen's going to come in hot, grab it, and save the day. Unfortunately, it doesn't matter sometimes how prepared you get. There can still be a couple technical difficulties. In this trip, that technical difficulty just happened to be that my microphone on my GoPro died. A little unfortunate because I was just losing it after catching the second fish. The fact that I literally just 5 minutes beforehand had like one of the best fish I've had all year, and then I was on another fish that I knew right off the bat was bigger than that first fish based off how much of a better fight it was putting on. It was just mind-blowing. I was screaming. All the guys on the shore were screaming. You could just hear the drag on the reel just screaming out there. That was a pretty sick sound effect, I know. But not too much to matter because I got the footage on this and I got the fish again. Same exact method as the first one to bring it in. Gave a couple good kicks. Started to almost kind of jump out of the water, but right back is the same line that I watched on that first one. I just walked it right into this little shallow area. Brought It Allen was standing right there. He jumped in on it, and then boom, we had that thing landed. And oh man, this fish was nice. Again, this is not the biggest Omilus in the world, but it's the biggest I've caught in a long time. This is probably the biggest Omilu I've caught since before I started recording stuff. It was a solid little, like maybe 7, pushing it 8, maybe, probably around 7-pound guy. Beautiful fish. The colors on it were just one of the most vibrant I've seen. These fish out there are just living in like the most healthiest conditions possible, and this is just a beautiful morning. So the sun's shining off it. Man, I couldn't be more thankful for landing 2 beautiful Omilu back to back. We weren't here 20 minutes, and I already landed both of these fish. I was set. I didn't even care if I caught any more fish this whole weekend. I was like, well, put my poles away. I'm freaking beyond happy and set. I'm already ready to go. For the hook, I was using the BKN circle hook onto that 30-pound test. It kept the oama on there really well. I also snapped the barb off of it so you could see that it came out really easily. But even without the barb, as long as you keep pressure, the fish won't kick the hook. In my opinion, I don't think a barb is going to keep a fish from kicking the hook. It's just going to kick the hook and tear its mouth out anyway. It's more about that pressure, it seems. Man, holding this fish, I was so stoked. Also had like the thickest amount of sunscreen ever on right now. You can tell by my like Joker face I have. But yeah, again, this fish was beautiful. One of the larger I've caught in a while. And I was just beyond blessed and happy that I managed to catch this thing. We already had the one Omilu in the bucket, so I knew that we didn't need any more meat for the day, and I wanted to get this guy back into the water ASAP. So we got a quick picture with the thing, and then we just shot right back over to the ocean to get it back in there. I stuck the fish in. I used that kind of back and forth method where you just kind of allow the water to enter the gills a little bit more efficiently by moving the fish back and forth real gently like that. And it only took this fish maybe 20 seconds before it was just ready to bail. It was over us hanging out with it. A couple waves came in, and then it felt that larger wave hit it in the face, and it knew it was time to bail. And it just kicked right out of my hands and swam off like nobody's business, like it wasn't never even caught. Very strong fish. Omilu in general are one of the strongest fish pound for pound out there, and this guy was just a healthy one, and we landed it with no like bangs on the rock or anything weird like that. We wanted to let the larger one go because the larger fish actually make way more eggs than the smaller fish. So I'll just throw some numbers out here. Say a 5-pound fish you might think lays 200,000 eggs, just a random number. And then you get maybe a 10-pound fish and you might think, well, it's twice as big, perhaps it lays twice as many eggs. In reality, that's more of an exponential growth. So instead of the 200,000 eggs a 5-pound fish might lay, that 10-pound fish might lay something closer to like 2 million eggs. It's just a much larger amount of eggs for a larger fish. So It's more important when you catch a large fish, if you're going to release a fish, release the giant ones, because those are the ones that are letting way more babies into the next generation than the smaller or medium-sized ones. Alan and Jared still had out those oamas. Alan got a whack during that whole little scrap episode, but it didn't hook up. When he checked his oama, it was dead, so he decided to chop it up and send it out as cut bait, and that worked really well too, because as soon as he sent that out, only a few minutes later he had a nice little to'au hookup and he brought that guy in. So that was an invasive out of the water. 2 nice omilus we caught. We were pretty happy with what we had going on this morning. I went a little ham here and decided to toss out this lure a couple times. Turns out probably not the best idea in my life, because almost immediately after using this thing, I dangled in that same spot I was letting those oama land. Oh no, I dangled, guys. I was worried about that. It's so rocky here. I let it get too deep. This thing has treble hooks on it. Of course it's gonna get dangled. No, I lost it all. My sick lure. That's all right though. I might have lost the lure, but we caught 2 amazing fish. So the idea was, all right, let's just take everything back in. It's time to head back, and we got to get this fish on ice and then prepare whatever meal we're gonna make for this solid amount of omilu meat we have now. We wandered back across that little ravine. At this point, the water was less deep than it was. Okay guys, we're making the return trip. Get this omilu on ice. Then cruise until the afternoon when we could start fishing properly again. Yeah. After that awesome, long, hot hike back, we immediately put that fish on ice, and then we jumped in the water for a quick dive. We found just a load of old lead, old tackle and stuff on some of the reef out. So we did a little cleanup sesh, kind of as a thank you for the amazing omilu we just caught. Got a bunch of line out, a couple old leads, some axillary tackle that we could actually use later in the night. At this point, the GoPro decided to breathe life back into its microphone, and we're actually able to use the original audio from that recording. I would like to know what you guys think about this dubbing over stuff. I'm thinking I might start incorporating a little bit of it here and there into the videos just to kind of explain things as we go. Thanks to the Patreons out there, we were actually able to save up a little money and purchase some great audio equipment, so we have some big ideas for that coming in the near future. Okay, back to the original audio. Okay, I think the plan is we're gonna eat that omilu for lunch.
Yeah.
So
omilu and the
and the to'au. Nice. So we're gonna get the fire started now. Then once that's going, we'll probably clean those fish. What's the plan for that omilu? We're gonna fillet it and send
We can fillet it, cook it inside the tin foil.
Okay, yeah.
I don't think that we have enough tin foil.
Yeah,
for
it's pretty big.
Fish.
Yeah. Yep. There you go.
You're like Tom Hanks, bro.
Yep. Got our own castaway here.
Yeah.
Okay, fire's officially going. We're just gonna get this going, and we're gonna put some bigger logs on there, get some charcoal going, and then we'll be ready to have the fish actually put on. We're gonna fillet everything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just some delicious, perfect fillets. And then we can keep the heads for bait tonight if we want.
Oh yeah, we didn't say that.
Yeah, send them out. There's chunk number 1.
Chickadee chunk.
Chickadee chunk.
There we go.
2 delicious chunks. And we just got the...
Should we save it or not?
I don't know. We can just throw it in. We got all the other stuff.
Yeah.
We'll just throw it back in the ocean.
Yeah, we'll do that. I'm just gonna put it here for now.
Okay, yeah, we'll throw them after. Doing the patented de-skinning technique.
Trademarked.
Trademark. Oh, this is gonna be tasty, man.
Oh yeah, this is the type of fish.
Look at that. I'm
We can make some
excited.
facio sandwiches.
So much meat we just got
Oh dude.
lucked out. Oh, it's mean.
It's a fat slab.
Yeah, we'll go clean it off too, but that's perfect. Good
It's gonna feed a
job.
whole village.
This is choke meat for us. Perfect size. Slab number 1. Nice, dude.
Should I clean it and then do the other side?
Yeah. Boom.
Should put in some pie.
Yeah, we'll coat it up. That's part 1. There's a whole nother part of that.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
another half, dude. That's only, wow.
That's a lot of meat, dude.
That's a ton of meat. We're stoked. This is great. Okay, side 2. Nice fillet job, bro.
Coming in hot. I wish it would be a little longer, dude.
Yeah.
working.
Didn't expect to need a huge knife today.
No waste.
Nice, dude. Great job. That's a fillet job. Cut the tail off, dude. Let's stick it onto a tree. That's a perfect little chunk, dude. Look how thick it is. Wow.
You want some salt?
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, we could use a little salt. You gonna go harvest some salt for us, Jared? Nice. Jared's gonna go hit the pa'akai. It's salt that dries up in these small little like pools on the rocks. See where slowly the waves splash salt water into these little pockets that dry out, and it becomes just concentrated, delicious sea salt. Boom! Our meat pile right there. Wow, you got a lot of salt, dude. You don't even need too much. That's more than enough right there. That's probably too much, honestly. This
Never
stuff's so
enough salt.
concentrated.
It's not
That's
that
good.
salty though.
Yes, it is. That's enough, dude. We'll save the rest. And then we'll get some lemon in there, a couple herbs, marinate it for a few minutes,
Some herbology.
tin foil, hot coals, delicious food. All right, Alan just squeezed a lime in there. Now we're gonna put some of that delicious herb mix from last night.
Tastes really good last night, right?
Oh yeah, it was delicious last night. Save a little bit for whatever we catch next. Once you put it all inside the tin foil too,
That's it, dude.
it'll steam with it.
Yep.
Nice, dude. Oh, major score. Okay, we're gonna slam this on there. The coals are all spread, really, really hot, so it's perfect. I'll hold this. Oh, no. Let me grab that. Oh, nice. Saved it. This is like valuable.
Oh yeah, dude, this is all we have. Right there.
Get as many pieces as you can in that. Or you could put another one and just put one of these pieces over it. You might be able to fit it all in there and then put another piece on top.
And we only be using 2, right?
Yeah. And then we'd seal it in just the 2. Dude, I love fish. Just stack it on it. Double stack. It'll be like a sandwich with all the deliciousness inside.
Snapper.
Woo! Yeah, pour all the extra delicious juice in there. Ruh. This is gonna be delicious. Perfect, dude. Look at this. Oh! Okay. We're just gonna let it cruise on the coals for like 40 minutes. Probably not that long. 20 minutes.
Like 15 minutes.
15 minutes. Enough minutes. And then we're gonna have some delicious fish.
All right, let's make like a nice little bed here with all the charcoal.
Oh yeah.
About this size. There. Put some more.
Oh, that heat is strong too. It's
I
good.
know, dude. It burns my hands just to.
Just getting close to it.
There.
All right, throw them on, dude.
Ready?
Ready. On.
That's it.
It's been on there for like 7 minutes maybe. It's already starting to boil on the inside. You can see the juices starting to boil out. We're just putting some coals on the top so it's gonna heat from both sides. Very delicate operation. Oh, you smell that?
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh man. Oh, it's gonna be good. Okay. We're pretty sure it's done. It's been on there for like 15 minutes.
Once the fish is on.
And this is super hot.
Yeah, it's super hot. It's gotta be done by now. It's just in there basically steaming and boiling.
Looks like a tortilla.
There we go.
Nice.
That's pretty good.
There we go.
Oh, fish pizza.
Some cheese.
Moment of truth.
Ready?
Oh, yeah, that's
look at
done
that,
for
it's totally
sure.
done.
That's a lot of meat.
That whole, it smells so good, dude. Oh man, that is good. Look at that. Little sample chunk. This one right here. Oh, it's so hot.
Dude, save it for the wraps.
Oh, it's so good though. Jared, stop snaggling, you bugger. Stack my wrap, bro.
Wrap it and stack it.
Wrap stacks.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Go, dude.
So windy.
Oh. Yeah. Where's our lettuce hiding? Okay, I'm gonna try some of this fish right now, right here.
Got the lettuce and the mayonnaise out of. I think Jared is in here too. I have shredded cheese.
Oh, you guys, it's so tasty.
Yeah, dude. It smells super good.
It's so flavorful. That might be one of the best tasting Omilus I've had in a long time.
No, this is gonna break it.
Oh, it's so good, dude. Oh, how delicious is this? We're pretty much making fish burritos at this point. We got salsa, cheese, lettuce, delicious new fish. We're all just gonna go ahead and make one dozing one instead of a bunch of little ones.
How much lettuce do you want?
Just a couple pieces. I'll just grab one nice. Oh, never mind. That's all. I realized what it was. It's one big boy.
Alright, guys. That's about it.
¿Y cuánto de churros?
Bango.
¿Sí?
This is like top level lunch right here.
Dude, you can't get better than this.
Get out of here, fly.
Fork.
The final piece of, yeah.
Yeah, I probably should have some lettuce.
You want more cheese, Jared?
I got it. I like plated up with cheese.
That's it right there. Oh my god, dude. This is like the best camping food ever.
And now it's so watery right now.
Homemade.
That's it.
Homemade gourmet style. Look at that, you guys. We got food. Thank you, Ocean. Major hookup. All right, the moment of truth, everyone. Doosh. Oh,
You
let's
can't go
go.
wrong, man. Fish wraps.
Immediate bone.
You don't know.
Here it's good luck.
It's so good though. I can't even be mad.
A piece of charcoal.
Okay, this is really good.
It's this every time.
This turned out way better than I was even hoping for, dude. Look at that. Winners.
Dude, it's really filling, dude.
That fish was the perfect amount, too.
Dude, with that fish, 4 of us eating, dude.
Yeah, we fed 4 people with that one fish. Last few bites. Oh. Bro, so good.
Now you know.
All right, everyone, last bite right here.
Are you sipping the juice?
I'm trying to get this last little chunk. There, that was the last bite. Thank you, Omilu. Thank you, Kiholo and Ocean. Hooked up.
I had a good life.
Oh.
You might ask me, will you? Yes.
Oh, it's so good.
It's so clean.
It is super clean.
Oh,
Okay. Kind of wish I had more. That was so good,
it
though.
was a good portion. You know?
Yeah, that was perfect for lunch, dude.
People?
Perfect for lunch. Okay, all that's left to do is rest up and cruise. It's about 12:40 right now, maybe 12:30. And then plan is, if the wind allows, we're gonna try to make it out to the point this afternoon and nighttime.
Get some light.
Get onto the cliffs over there. We'll have to see how the wind acts up. So pretty much just time to rest, relax, recuperate. I'm gonna take a nice little nap over there in the hammock/tent area. And then we're out. Catch some more fish. Doosh.